Alright, let's try this again. Alright, so ripped out all the AMD cards. I put in my GTX 1070 back in, and I found a GT 710 I had lying around, so I got all 6 monitors back running. Everything seems to be working fine. Blender's not complaining. So, yeah. I think this is about where we left off. I got the autosave working again. So, yeah, I think we were just kind of going through and cleaning up the rest of the mesh, and I've already done that. I've just kind of gone through and cleaned it up and applied it and evened it out, and so this is where we're at. All the reflections are looking good. So I think all we need to do really now is kind of cut the window in, and I didn't save any of these images from the Daytona, but it was just wasn't too much of a window, just a little guy that kind of gets around the side just a little bit. And so I think that's what we'll do now, is go ahead and put this window in and try to figure out the best way to do that. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball it, right? So probably would be best if I straighten some of these lines out a little bit more. Because if I want to take maybe this one, maybe this guy right here, take this line. That's a little low. Let's maybe make it this one. Yeah, that would probably be good. So we'll want to straighten this one out, and we'll make that kind of the wraparound window looking thing. So let's go into side view, and let's maybe I don't know if I want to go super straight, like, yeah, because this isn't really a straight line. What I want to do is just kind of bring some of these down and just do my best to eyeball from here on down. So let's go and bring this one down a little. Let's bring this guy down a little. I'm kind of trying to keep the curve. Yeah, keep the curve kind of semi the same here. Maybe this one might need to come back up a touch. That one might need to come back up a touch. Actually, we'll make this the point where it wraps, right here. So we'll kind of grab this one, and we'll wrap it around, and we're going to need a tighter... Let's make it go here, because I think I can afford to take this guy, maybe. Actually, it'd probably be better to take this one and slide it down this way. And I'm going to want to space these out a little more evenly. Something maybe a little bit more like this. Maybe something like that. Alright, let's give that a go. So, where was I at? We were trying to do this line. So from here to here, all the way down to about here, including this one and that. I'll have to move this. I should have done that already. I actually kind of want to do a couple of things here. Let's grab these two. We'll just slide them in just a little bit like that. Yeah, space out the mesh. And then, which one was it? This guy here. So let's see, it's going to curve up here. So I want this guy like about there. I still got the shrink wrap modifier on, so it would probably be best now to go ahead and copy and apply it. Make sure I haven't broken anything else. Should be good to go. And so, yeah, I didn't move it around or anything too much. Alright, so let's go ahead and continue on with what we were trying to accomplish here. Going around. Oops, I don't want these guys. Come on. And up to here. Alright. Now to do windows, we were doing a 5-way bevel, right? 2, 3. That was for, yeah, we're going to do an inset window. We're not going to do like the like we did on the convertible top, where we did an out-sitting one. We're going to do this like the windshield and everything else. So make it kind of thin. You got to figure you want the the gap is going to look about as big as the widest line here, so something like that. Let's go and grab this middle one, and we're going to come over here to our vertex groups, and we're going to remove it from the shrink wrap group. That way we can move it around. And again, since we have since we have two directions to go, we have to kind of go down and we have to go in. What I want to do is deselect some of these guys that have to go in and just kind of focus on the ones that need to go down right now. So let's grab these and just move them. Actually, I don't want to move them straight down. What I want to do is kind of move them. Actually, these ones I should move straight down, and these ones I should move at an angle. So, what have I got going on here? I'm missing a selection, huh? Okay, so let's just do, and then let me just grab these here, and we'll go ahead and pull straight down for these, just to about there. Let me highlight this line again, and now let me deselect. That's going to go down. It's going to go more in. I'm going to deselect all of these, right? And we'll move this one this way so that it's in line, right, with everything else. So that leaves me with the rest of this middle line. Right, so let's deselect what we've moved over here. And then we'll come up here and deselect what we've already sunken in. And let's move this one. See what kind of angle we got here. Maybe we should move it about like that. Maybe a little more in. Let's see what that looks like. Okay. That's a little sharp. That looks okay. Let me see if I can make this look a little bit better. Maybe what we'll do is we'll kind of start to wing this window around. And again, with the shrink wrap modifier on, I can get away with doing this. That way. Let's just keep kind of let's round this guy a little bit like so. And then I'm going to kind of do the same thing down here. I'm going to grab these ones and start to kind of slowly taper them up just a touch so it's more rounded. I still think I can do better. I still think I can do better than this. This is still not all that pretty. Maybe if that were just in the middle a little bit better. I think I'm just going to need to do a bit more curvature along the way. It's going to need some more curving. Okay, and grab this one. Let's just start trying to make it look smoother. Getting better. Getting better. I still think we can do better. Although I'm starting to get a weird shaped quad here. I don't want to move this one any further in if I can avoid it. So what would be the best? I'm probably going to want to move these out a touch and then kind of compensate appropriately. Kind of want this curve to be not so bad. Maybe I just need it to be closer as well. It's probably the other half of the equation. It should be just a little closer that way. Yeah, we can work with that. We can go somewhere with this. So let me grab this guy and we'll bring him about over here. Grab this one, we'll bring him about over there. We'll bring that one about there. Let me see if I can kind of clean that one up a bit, and we'll bring this one out a little and working my way back around, just kind of using my eyeball here. There, that's passable. That's a much better looking window. Okay. Cool beans. Let me get out of this. Again, I keep forgetting to put that mat cap on, so let me see here. What I'll do now is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to grab this line and we'll hide it. That way I can just select this and that'll be everything that needs to be glass. And I'm going to come over here to materials and assign it in window material. Let me go ahead and unhide, deselect, and there we go. We have a rear window. And let me crawl underneath the car here and make sure I'm happy with the location of all of these vertices around this line. So like down here, I could clean this up. This could be better, right? So let's maybe we'll move it around until it's in a location that makes a little more sense, because you can see it's actually causing a bit of clipping with where it is. So we're just going to kind of move it until it's not clipping anymore, at least. There, that looks a lot better. Okay, and let me do the same thing on this other corner, make sure nothing got too out of whack over here. Whoa! Anything other than my mouse, right? Let's move this guy out a little. Maybe a little more. That started to clip just a touch. So I think if I go this way, it'll clip less. And maybe I can pull out just a bit more. I don't think I needed to. I think it was fine. Maybe this is the one I want to pull out a little bit more. Yeah, maybe, oops, wrong button. Maybe I'll move it like that. Okay. Everything else should be good. The rest of these are pretty straightforward. Okay, cool. So that'll give us nice tight seams. Put that back on and watch our reflections pass cleanly between our back glass there. It's looking good so far. Alright, 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 alright. Okay. Let's see. Now, okay, I guess we are done with our 3 variants. We have our coupe, and I don't think I need to do anything else to it. Well, I should probably check the, I'm going to have to reskin some stuff. So let's get into that. Let's, because the rear is going to be all out of whack. That's not going to work. Like, some of it's skin, most of it isn't. This is probably going to be, let's see if this is out of whack. Yeah, see, that's out of whack too. Although the fender morph is fine. So we need to go back in and, hold up. Yeah, we need to go back in and we need to kind of reweight this. Everything else should be okay though. Like the front should still be fine, and this guy here should still be fine. Front over here is going to be okay. Yeah, so we've got to redo the quarter bits because I did a lot of work in here and it kind of made a mess. Yeah, because a lot of this is new. And then back here, obviously, there's a whole lot of mess going on. So let's see, rear and right quarter plus. So let's jump into the car. And let me just go into weight. Vertex weights. And, oh, what do we have here? What are you? Oh, yeah, that's just a shrink wrap group. That's not a problem. Let me find the rear. Okay. So yeah, as you can see, the rear is just kind of it's all over the place here, isn't it? And we kind of need to just repaint and redo this skin on the rear. And I gotta kind of figure out what exactly I want to do with it. And then so let me check out right like quarter plus, that one. Okay, now why is this? Oh, I'll bet it would work if I applied the shrink wrap. The last one, let me apply the last shrink wrap. No more shrink wraps. I bet this will work now. Oh, that's not the right one. This one here. Yeah, there we go. Because it was just applied to a shrink wrap. That's why it wasn't working. Okay, cool. So I don't have to redo that one. I just have to redo the rear. Very good. Very good. Okay. So the rear it is. Let's jump in back into the car. Let's go over here, and we're gonna highlight rear. I just want to select it. I want to know everything that's attached to the rear. And what I'm going to do is set the weight to 1. I'm going to go back to bone root. I'm going to assign it a weight of 1. Look at this. Even that is somehow. Let me double check. Make sure that it wasn't a misclick. R quarter plus. Select. No, it was a misclick. Okay. So this is our R quarter plus. No, wait, that's not what I'm looking for. The rear is what I'm looking for. So let me deselect everything. Go to rear, select. Yeah, look at that. That should not be that way. So, okay, that's fine. Let's go to bone root. I'm going to set it to a weight of 1. And then I'm going to come back down to rear. I'm going to set it to a weight of 0. And I got to unlock it in order to do that. And I'll assign it. And now everything should be unweighted. Even though that's all part of the group, let's go ahead and just remove all these from the rear group. So now nothing belongs to the rear group. Everything is all set. And tech support has arrived. You're a little late. I was having all kinds of technical problems earlier. It's my cat. She wants some food. It's almost dinner time. Not quite, though. Let me see here. So what was I talking about? Oh yeah, we're going to reweight the rear. Yeah, I'm going to have to put her away, huh? If you're going to keep jumping up here and getting in front of the TV and trying to type, yeah, let's put you away. Give me a second. Alright. Kitty is in kitty jail. So what we're going to do is go back and weight this, and I'm going to think about this for a second. Do I want to smush it in like I did the other ones, or do I want to make it more of a outie? Do I want to do both? Maybe I think I'll do a smush in, because if I smash it in, it'll pull out well too. It'll do both. But in order to do that, it's going to have to go like all the way up here for it to really look right. So it's going to be a pretty big section that's going to be morphed. So let's grab this bone here, and I think I'll just move it in, because yeah, I want to squish it. Squishy squish, right? Let's jump back in here and start selecting what I want to move. So we'll probably go from maybe here. Maybe this one will be our beginning. I'll come on down to here. Let's go ahead and select everything in between. Alright, let me get into side view here. Throw in an X-ray mode. And make sure I select everything along there. Then I need to decide. You can't like smash obviously we can't smash in the fender well, so I can't select any of that. Wouldn't want to anyway. So, but maybe from here down. Oops. Maybe from here over would be a good way to go. Let me just highlight everything and take a look. And I kind of want to make sure I don't get too much. Yeah, I've got too much of this selected. I have to keep an eye on that as I smash it. Make sure it doesn't go too far. Alright, I feel like I could probably get away. I'm probably going to want to grab some more of this. Maybe from here. I don't grab too much. I don't know. How much of this do I want? Do I want all of it? I want to start weighting all that. I don't think I want to start doing this line, not in its entirety. There's a lot of this I don't want to do for sure. So let's just kind of start deciding what I don't want to move. That'll probably be okay. Alright, let's get into the side view here, and then make sure I don't need to. Probably my brushes should still be set up, I would think. So yeah, so we got that going on. Let's double check everything. Let's make sure the curve is flat. It is. Let's make sure we have 2D fall off and auto normalize on. We do. Okay, I mean everything looks as it was for the most part. Make this a large brush. That's a small amount of strength, and I think we'll just go ahead and do, because this is going to kind of pile on. What would 0.1 give us? How much movement? Okay. Let me open up the side menu there. I kind of want to watch this. Let me make sure that my other guys are locked as they need to be. Right quarter plus is locked. Right fender plus is locked. Okay, that's good. That's what I needed. I need it to be locked. Alright, so probably don't need to move it too much. Just like one tick, maybe another tick. Just kind of like, I'm looking up here. I just want to make sure I don't go too crazy. Let me throw on the wireframe real quick. Let me do another tick. Okay, because I don't want to warp this all that much. But okay, I think that looks fine. So let's go back into edit mode. And we're going to deselect that line. And I think I'm just going to kind of pick apart. Let's not do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's not do those. And let me take a look again back in wireframe, or sorry, weight paint mode. So yeah, that's come quite a ways. It's already might actually cause some issues. Oh, let's see. Let's go back to, if I need to remove a little tiny bit of weight there, I can. But I have more room up here, so I kind of want to I'll just get rid of a few of those. And we can come back and smooth it out later. Alright, so let's go back into edit mode, and I'm going to deselect, make sure I'm in X-ray, turn on X-ray. Make sure I deselect this line here, and maybe the first 3, like that. Go back into weight paint, and just keep adding a bit of weight to this area. 1, 2, 3. You can see that's moved quite a bit over here as well. These are making some pretty big movements. So let me shrink this brush down. Let me make sure I get, maybe I have to actually turn that off of there and just try to make this maybe a little smoother right now. Let me go and throw the subtract brush and just kind of maybe take a little bit off of that one. Let me see, how far can I zoom in here? Because I kind of just want, that might be a little bit too much. Let me change the weight to 0.005. I just kind of want to take a little bit off of this, right? Yeah, that's good. Do the same thing down here. I mean, this is not a visible part of the car. This is just the lip material. Okay, so that looks better to me. Let's go back into edit mode. Now let me make sure I go back to my mix brush. Go back into edit mode, and I'm going to deselect these lines now. And I kind of want to check how I'm doing over here. So I got to go back into weight paint mode. A little fiddly, right? Let me turn the masking back on. So these guys down here are getting kind of torqued a little bit too much. So let me go ahead and grab the subtract brush, and let's take a little bit of weight off of these around here. I don't want them all warped. Okay, now let me look at it from side view. And let me get, I'm looking up here at this kind of curvature. And that looks okay to me. I think we can deselect that line now. So let me go back into edit mode. That's the wrong menu. Let's go into edit mode and deselect this line. Then jump back into weight paint mode. Let's set this weight back up to 0.01. And get stuff done. Maximize the brush, go to side view, and let's take a look at maybe adding, oh, I'm in the subtract brush. Gotta undo that. Go to the mix brush. 1, 2, maybe 3. I think that might be a little farther than I want. Maybe I just want like a 0.005 extra, just a little bit more. Yeah, I think that looks right. That'll be good. Okay, I can deselect that line. Let's take a look at how that has made this look. So I got a little bit of a, it's okay, it's not great. I want to go ahead and subtract. I'm going to shrink the brush down. Oops, not that. Shrink the brush down, smaller. And let's maybe just take a little bit of weight off of there. I'm going to smooth that mesh out some. Maybe same thing over here. Maybe same thing over there. Maybe same thing right there. Maybe same thing right here. Some of these are just out too far. We don't need to be, yeah, like this doesn't need to be completely contorted this way. Okay. Yeah, just trying to clean up the mesh. It's, I bet I can kind of just clean these up a little bit right here. That probably looks a little better. I'm worried about reflections. I just want the reflections to look good. Let me go ahead and put the mix brush on because I kind of want to actually just add a little bit of weight to those up here. Maybe like that. Straighten that line out before I continue on. So, did I decide? Yeah, I'm happy with that one. So we're going to go back into edit mode, and we're going to deselect that guy there. And I think this was actually getting pretty close. It's got room for a little bit extra, so let's go ahead and give it some weight. Here, let's jack the radius brush back up. Maybe 1, 2 more. Maybe another one. Maybe another 5th. Maybe another one. Actually, look what's happening up here. That's getting too close. So what I should do in this case is actually, yeah, these have gone too far. So what I'm going to do is let's go back into the subtract brush, shrink this down, and shrink it down some more. And let me go ahead and start 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 4, 1, 2. Just smooth that out a little bit. Don't want it to look like that. And then this guy's kind of doing the same thing, isn't it? And smooth that out. Now maybe I can go back to the mix brush, crank it up, and let's do 1, 2, 3. Here's what we wanted. And we'll have to go back in and kind of take some weight back off of that again. Kind of want to go a couple more. Not getting too close. Alright, I can get those back. We'll go back to the subtract brush, shrink it down. It's too small. 20. Alright, so let's just kind of straighten this back out. I'm just going to kind of straighten it out as I go, you know, this time. I think last time I just kind of went a little bit crazy and I spent a lot of time fixing it. So I think it would be better if I just kind of like, just keep it looking good as I go. So something like that. And then 1, 2, 3. Let me move some of these back a touch. Okay, and let's look at it from the side. Let's get up here, as this is really what's important, is this line, and that looks pretty good to me. So let's jump into edit mode, and we will deselect X-ray mode, deselect all of this right there. And I think, where were we at over here again? I think we were done moving at least that one and these few down here. So back to edit mode. We're going to go ahead and deselect all of those and go with these here. Maybe that one too. Okay, back to weight paint. I'm just going to keep working this process. I'm going to slowly push this in, and I'm back on the subtract brush. And undo that. Go to mix. I'm just going to keep pushing this in a bit. A little more, maybe. One more. Just look up here. That's actually too much. Is that too much? Actually, that looks pretty good right there, to me. Okay. I'm going to turn off this armature so I don't have to look at it. Alright, so where did that put us down here? We're good to go down here. We got a little bit of room before I got to do some corrections over there. Let me go ahead and grab that subtract brush again, shrink it down, and just keep maybe just 2 this time. And just keep playing with it till it makes a little more sense. And this is kind of looking a little off. So I'm just gonna keep doing it till it makes a little sense there. And again, this is one of those things that we can kind of come back to, and we can finesse a bit later if we need to. I just kind of want to. I've got a lot of geometry to work through here. So let's go back into edit mode and deselect that line, and let's go ahead and pick off a few more of those right there for now. All right, back in weight paint mode. Crank the brush up. The brush on mix. As much as I do this stuff, I should probably start assigning some hotkeys or learning what the hotkeys are for brushes. I know they exist, just don't know what they are. I'm still not like a gigantic, weight painting pro. This is still pretty new to me, so bear with me. We're all learning together. All right, so that still looks pretty good right there. Looks like I've got a good thing going on down there. No rush to fix that. I'll just fix it in a second. Take a look down here. I still got some room to work. So let's just, all we're going to do is get rid of that and maybe pick off a couple more of those. Go back into weight paint. And again, 1, 2, 3 maybe. 3 clicks. Looks pretty good. Alright. So here we got to straighten that out some. Still got a little bit of room to work with here, so that's good. So let's jump into our subtract brush, shrink this down, and let's just kind of start pushing these back a little. And kind of come up here and do the same sort of thing a little bit. Just maybe one. Probably want to come back a couple more. Something like that. Maybe a couple more over here. And yeah, once I have my final compression done, I'll come back through here and make sure that this looks better than it current. Still, it's got these little bit of waviness going on, but I just need it to where it's not completely unrecognizable, so I can come back and just kind of clean it up later. Or what am I doing? What am I doing? Alright, so yeah, that's looking good. Let's jump into edit mode. We will deselect that. Take off a couple more of these guys here. Jump back into weight paint mode. Crank the brush up. Go back to mix. And I've got a couple more 2, 3 clicks I can do. And 3 clicks is good. That gets me... yeah, that gets that angle looking good, and I gotta get rid of those guys now, so let's jump into edit mode, grab our little brush here, let's deselect those guys, let's deselect this guy, 2, 3, 4, those as well, and I think I got a little more room to work here. I don't have to fix those just yet. I can probably do 3 more. Adding 0.5 at a time is working, and my weight's piling up nicely. I didn't, so we should probably end up with about 0.3, which will be really good. That'll be quite nice. Alright, so, oh, hello you. You don't belong there. Okay, let me jump back into subtract. We'll make this a small brush. Just come back there, buddy. Okay. And then we'll straighten these guys out again. And same thing with you guys. Let's straighten this whole line out here. Okay. And then let me take a look back here. Oh, that's looking fine. Should probably just deselect these at this point right here. So let's jump into double check this slope from here to here. It looks good. Alright. Alright, so back to edit mode. Let me deselect this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I think I said I wanted to get rid of that one. Right? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that looks right. Okay. Alright, crank the brush up, go back to mix, side view. Let's add, oh, heads up. I need to deselect that. Let me jump back into edit mode. Yeah, you are in need of deselection. Thank you. Alright, back to weight paint mode. There. Okay. Onward. 1, 2, 3. Check the slope. Still looks pretty good. Gotta be careful I don't make it too steep, because it might end up being just too much to deal with. Just need a very mild transitional slope here. And I think maybe that last one is a little too much. Let me get like 0.003. Yeah, that looks better to me. That looks a little bit better. Okay, back to edit mode. Probably start using, through this section here, we'll use 0.003 increments. Alright, do that there. Go back into weight paint mode. Let's see, it's still got room down here to work. Still got room up here to work. Alright, looking good to me, looking fine. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. And yeah, that seemed about right. Seems about right to me. Alright, let's see here. Anyway, back in edit mode. I'm going to keep on going. What are we? We're about halfway done. I mean, we started up here and now we're down to here. So we've made it halfway through this mess so far. And where were we at on this bottom section? We got more room? Yeah, we got some more room to work. And I'll do one more set of pulls before I fix this up. So let's do 1, 2, 3. And yep, that looks good. Now let me just go ahead and grab my subtract brush again, make it small. This is fine down here, and we're just going to kind of, I think we can probably get to the point where we can like stop moving a couple of these lines around. I don't know though. Let's get that back up to 0.005. A little bit bigger pull there. This doesn't have to be perfect right now because it's just going to keep on moving. It's just a matter of kind of like trying to follow from down here a bit. Like I'm not being crowded by the back, so I don't have to worry too much. I just kind of want this to end up being, when it's squished, to be fairly evenly spaced. So I mean, as long as I have room to continue going this way, then I can keep working it. But this right here looks a little funny to me. So I think what I'm going to do is let's go back to the mix brush. I'm going to turn off masking because I actually want to push this forward. Like that, I think. So that makes a little more sense. And just maybe one more, 2 more, 3 more. Let's keep alright, just kind of want that line to look smooth. And that looks okay to me. That'll probably reflect well. Alright, so anywho, turn masking back on so I can see where I was at. Yeah, we're going to keep moving those. I don't want to actually, I'm half tempted to re-highlight these down here because they could come closer. Not the bottom ones, but those here. So let's, what were we, 3 out? Yeah, let's go ahead and jump back into edit mode. And let's re-highlight these. Let's get them into position at least. And then we were done with this, so I'm going to deselect that. And we'll go 1, 2, 3. Okay. Alright, back into weight paint mode. Crank up the brush. And I think we need to go 0.003 again. We'll do 1, 2, 3. Let's take a look up here, following this line. That looks right to me. So I'm going to start keeping an eye on this line, I guess. I'll just try to squash it in here just about the same as this. And hopefully that'll end up being the right amount of squashage. Squashage. We're going to make up new words. Alright, so let's deselect that. Work our way down here. Back into weight paint mode. And let's take a look here. 1, 2, 3. And that one's a little further out, so I'm probably going to need another click. Let me do 0.002. Yeah, there we go. And let's see down here. We're actually starting to get pretty close on this line. So let me deselect that one and then all of these. Let's go into, oops, I accidentally added weight. And go ahead and back into edit mode, and we will deselect all of these, and deselect this one, and deselect this line, and that guy. And we're almost at the point where we don't have to worry about these little, doing that kind of weird thing anymore. Alright, back to weight paint mode, go to the side view, we'll take a look. Let's do 0.003 again, and 1, 2, 3, and one more, 4. Yeah, that looks about right. So we've still got a pretty nice smooth looking line right there. Okay, this here, I actually think I'm ready to let's just disconnect this whole thing. This thing's done down here. We don't need to move that anymore. And then I'll do 1, 2, those guys right there. So edit mode, right? It's going to be these two, and we're going to deselect everything in here. Oops, we don't want to deselect that though. And we'll deselect that. All right, we're getting there. We are getting there. Let's take a look here. 1, 2, 3. How does that line look? Let's come down one more. I think I can go back to 0.005 for the rest of this. Yeah, that looks good. I'm happy with that. Alright, let's see down here. This whole line is getting pretty close to as squished as it needs to be. I'm going to deselect the whole thing. Yeah. So edit mode, and we're just going to go doop, like that. No problem. Alright, go back to weight paint mode. And let's see. Let me change this. I said I was going to change it to 0.005. 1, 2, 3. No, that was about the right call. And so edit mode, deselect, weight paint mode, 1, 2, 3, maybe another one. We'll start sloping. We're almost out of space, so we'll start sloping it a little bit more here. Alright, so back to edit mode, deselect this line, back to weight paint mode, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's fine with me. Go back into edit mode, deselect this line. We're getting there. The weight paint. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we might be done. That seems to kind of just... I might just do one more click. Let me deselect this whole section here and this section here, and do like one more click. Like that. And that should mostly do it, I think. Alright, let's clean up everything else. Let me take masking mode off. We'll make the brush small. So like some of these need to come in a touch. So we need to kind of move these in. That guy right there. Let's move that one in a little bit. And let me get the subtract. No, that's fine. This is fine. Alright, let me jump over here. And let's see if we need to straighten this out any. So I think what I'll do right in here, let me change this value to like 0.002. And I'm gonna like maybe bring this up. I'm just gonna try to smooth these lines out here. Let's see about bringing that one up. And same thing over here. Bring those up a couple. Bring these up a couple. Maybe another one. And just kind of tinker with it. I'll probably grab a track brush here, smooth that one out. Yeah, it's looking pretty solid. Now up here, I could definitely do better. Let me just maybe go this way with it all. Just kind of like do that, and then smooth out this mesh here. And how about you? Just going through, kind of. Okay, let me put it on as a track brush now. And let's see, I wanted to move that one back, smooth it out a little. Maybe move, those aren't even weighted at all. Alright, and then maybe I want to clean this up a bit. We'll bring that back. Let's bring that one back. Let's bring that one. Yeah, there we go. That looks pretty solid to me. It's funny that it's doing that. Alright, let's go back into object mode. Jump out of wireframe here. I don't really want to see the wireframe. Let's get the armature open back up here. And let's clear the transform. So let's have a look at how this looks. That's not too bad, huh? We can go just about that far, and then we'll be able to pull it out as well. And let's make sure that our reflections look good. We get a good reflection going here. Let's make sure that it continues to pass cleanly. Alright, let's do another one like right there. Just kind of monitor the reflections here. Do the same thing like up here. I'm pretty happy with that. That looks pretty good. Cool. So everything should be fixed on this body now. That gives me 3 working, completed bodies. Yeah. Okay, cool. So I guess the next thing to do would be to do the rest of the modifiers, and obviously I'm gonna make copies. I need to make a backup of this guy here. So let's go and make this, backups for this guy here. I'm gonna duplicate it. Call it pre-final backup. I don't really have a good naming convention. It doesn't really matter, I guess. Let's see. I never made a backup of this one either, did I? So let's do that. Let's make sure I have backups of everything. Let me go over here to the convertible. I don't think I made a backup of that one because it was pretty simple, but still, backup. Let's go ahead and duplicate it. Throw that guy in there. We'll name it BU for backup. And there we go. Okay, so that's got a backup. I know these have a bunch of backups. Early backup material, pre-skin, skinned backup. All right, so that's would be the latest one. Okay. Well, I guess we should go back to our first car now. And where are we at on it? Where are we at? Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I don't even know why that's an option. Why they allow me to collapse that? It doesn't serve any purpose. It doesn't save any space, and you kind of need these icons. Okay, so I need to do the mirror is all that's left before I can add any shape keys. So let's see. What were my shape keys going to be again? I think I was going to do 3 for the roof, which might be a challenge actually now that I'm thinking about it. If I do one to make it taller and shorter, to do one to go this way and that way might cause a conflict, but we'll have to just figure out how to make it work. We'll just have to figure it out. So yeah, let's go ahead and we'll apply the mirror, And let's make sure that everything transferred over. It should just be fine. I can go in pose mode here. So everything should just work. It just works, like RTX. Alright. And thankfully, this has changed since the last stream I did, but Blender naming conventions are now recognized, so we do not have to change all these names on this side over here. Everything just flows in. UV4 recognizes these bone names over here, so we're already all set to go on that front. So I just applied the mirror, which means now I can start my shape keys. Yeah, it's still kind of funky. Alright. Alright, so we're going to do a roof shape key. Let me jump over here, and I'm going to collapse the vertex groups for now. I don't need to see those. I'm going to open up the shape keys section, and let's go and add our base, and I'm going to add 3 more, right? So we're going to do roof taller, and we'll do windshield, and back glass. Alright, so let's see. What I will want to do, actually, let me open that vertex group back up. I'm actually going to assign a vertex group so I can select it easier in case I need to come back to it. You can't really select all the vertices in a shape key by there's no selection button here. So anyway, that's kind of getting off topic. I'm going to grab everything from here up, I think. I did not select everything. Come on. All of it. Come on, man. All of that stuff. Oh dear. And see, here's the drawback. I need to go into side view. It can be a little bit issuous. Oh, we're in X-ray mode. Okay. I'm going to make sure I select everything, because we don't have a mirror anymore, so everything we do has to be perfectly symmetrical, since it won't do it for us. Alright, so I'm going to hide that, and hit L to select all this. Alt hide, because I want all that selected. Let me go ahead and add a group, and I'm going to call it, same thing, roof taller, and give it a weight of 0 and assign it. I just want to be able to select it later, so when I come back I can just select it, and now I'll be able to select my group. That's the only reason I want it there. It's not a necessary component. So anyway, let's go ahead and select that. And I will try to pick the lowest point. And I'm going to make sure I have active element selected. And let's shear this. I'm going to need to shear it along the Y coordinate. No, something is not. Why are we not? Oh, I accidentally hit bounding box. So, do I need to, maybe I could just, no, I think I want to shear it. No, maybe I don't. Yeah, that's for front and back. And that's just kind of making it do that. Oh, I think I know why I wanted to do it that way. I think instead of having that selected, I need to have this up here selected. Because I'm trying to also flatten the roof as we move it down, and I'm just trying to do it in a simpler way. Yeah, there we go. That's what I want. Because I want it to end up kind of like this, right? Obviously not sunk in, but so in order to do that, we'll shear it, constraining it to Y, right? So do that there till it comes down to about there, and then make sure X-ray mode is selected. I'll just deselect all of this. Oops, a little too far. Just maybe I didn't go too far. I don't know. Where am I at? Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna just kind of do all those. Come across here. It's a little finicky right there. All right. Now, maybe I don't need to continue sharing any of that, but I do need to continue sharing it using that as my point. So let's go ahead and shear some more along the y-axis. And I kind of feel like this is going to smash it a little bit. So let me scale it also along the y. So I want to like restore the curvature. Hold on. So I'm going to get like this weird curve on this back glass if I'm not careful. I don't want weird curves, so I'm just going to try to match. I'm going to try to match all these lines up so that they stay flat as I do this. So let's go ahead and deselect this line. Make sure it deselected all the way around the car, like it did. Let's shear it again along the y. Let's flatten it out, about like so. Then I'm going to scale it along the y just to bring that angle back into line, like so. Okay, let's deselect that line and keep going. Alt S along the y to about there, and we'll scale it along the x, or I'm sorry, scale it along the y, and try to keep that angle. All right, deselect here, getting there. Okay, bring it down a little bit. Maybe we can do a little bit more. Now we can get it down to there. Scale it along the y. Okay, almost done. And you see, I forgot to turn this on again, didn't I? Start shortcut viewer. And I got to turn the tool tabs on so it stays visible. I wonder if it, I just kind of want to wonder if it shows Shift, Control, Alt, S. Yeah, there it goes. You can actually see this whole shortcut. So that's cool. Because that's the shortcut. That's the long cut. To, oh dear. That's the long way around. But also the shortcut for the shear tool. There's, I forget where it is up here in the menus, but it is somewhere up here. It might be under mesh. Nope, is it under vertex? See, I don't know where it is. Yeah, so whatever. It's Shift Control Alt S to shear. Anyway, so let's bring that down. Alright, and then we will scale that, oops, not move, we'll scale that along the y. Alright, let's take a look at our first morph, huh? So we tab out, and we'll go over here to roof taller, which I should have just named roof shorter, right? So that's our morph. And I should have probably moved, got one over here, yeah, there's one more line I should have included in this, and it is creating weird reflections in the glass. Phooey. Alright, so let's tab back in and try to figure out how to fix this. Not quite sure why the glass is out of whack. Alright, anyway, let's just start reselecting. Where did I start? I started up here, I believe. Well, I can find out because I selected all the vertices, right? So select, right. Huh. Okay, so I have not moved, I didn't move any of those. And yeah, I'm still not understanding why there's a reflection issue here. Doesn't quite make any sense. Let me see if I can just select that guy. Oh man. Alright. We'll select that and get into X-ray mode, and I'm going to select all this for the moment. Just need to kind of clean it up here. I don't actually want this. Don't want, no, I do want that though. I just don't want that. Oh, come on. That or that. I don't think. Probably, maybe I did want that. Yeah, I wanted that one. Although, what am I going to do with it? What exactly am I going to do with it? And I don't see an issue with the line here. I see this is a little, this could come back. Maybe that's where I'm seeing the reflection issues. It's kind of along here. Just trying to solve this here. I don't know. No glaring reason why there should have been a reflection issue there. So I guess instead what I'll do, I'll just focus on that. And so let me just deselect all of this all the way around here. Let me deselect these two lines, and there. Let me deselect these guys. I want to make sure I have that selected, but not these. And not this. But yeah, all that. Let me get in a side view here. I'm just going to move it, I think. Just move it like this. Now it's going to move the glass if I do that. I don't want to move the glass. Make sure I'm not moving the glass on the other side. Alright, clearly can't move it too much, but it is creating some weird reflections. So what does that do? Oh man, I don't see that helping. Look at these guys. How did they end up way down there? I must have accidentally had this selected. So maybe that's part of my problem. Okay, I think I know what I'm going to do. We're going to move these back this way. Hold on. Along the Y, right? So that makes sense. And then I'm going to deselect the molding section. Yeah. And try to bring these guys back into a sensible location. Alright, so let's just move these up. And make sure we can't really see anything. Come on, get over here. I want to see closely. Alright, 3D mouse, get in there. Get in there. It still looks like it needs to come up to me. Yeah, it should be. I'm missing something. Alright, let's get this in location. That should be about there. There's obviously one that I missed. That should be something like that, I guess. Let me make sure I got that right over here on this side. Alright, let's see, how does that look? See, it's still crimping down. I don't understand why the glass is doing this with the reflection. Hold on, let me turn this off. Let me turn off the vertex groups weights. Oh, it's because this whole block over here is glass. Oh man. Oh, that's a mistake, isn't it? Oof. Oh, look how ugly that is. How did I end up doing that? Well, that kind of sucks. Yeah, I don't think I know a good way to fix that other than just kind of redoing the shape key. Thankfully, it's simple enough to redo. I just need to pay more attention to whatever the hell's going on here, Because, yeah, see, I just smashed it, and I made a mess out of it. Oh, dude. What am I doing? What have I done? Alright, so let's try that again. I'm going to come out in here and delete the taller roof. And we'll do it again. Let's name it shorter roof. Doesn't really matter what we name it. It doesn't matter. You can name it anything you want. You don't have to do anything when you set it up in game. It just kind of automatically happens. Just works, like RTX. Just works. Alright, so I think this time around, well, I still want to add this section here to the whole thing. I just need to pay more attention when I do it this time, that I don't bork it. Alright, so same as before, right? Hide, L to select, oops, L, not K, Alt H. Let's do this again. Alright, and I had previously had this selected, which was a good move. Alright, so this time I'm going to shear with a closer eye on what the heck's going on. So Shift Alt Control S, and I think what I did, yeah, you know what happened is I put it down here and I never extruded it or scaled it out. So let's put it not too far down, and we'll scale that. There we go. See, I should have been doing this with the vertex weights off, because it's kind of a, this is why I do materials too, so I can actually see what the heck I'm doing and what I'm doing it to. So I'd like to assign materials and have colors and whatnot. So I've got to go back here, reselect that one, because that's my pivot point. Alright, let's do this again. I think I'll try to do a better job of compacting it, right? Oops, hold up. I gotta be careful that I don't totally ruin, because this molding here is gonna be kind of wonky if I go too crazy too. So where do I have that? Right there? I don't think I like it there. Let me see. I can probably just, let me do this and see if I can't. Yeah, see, that's going to make kind of a mess. If I do that, I can't change the location. It has to stay in the same spot, otherwise I'm going to cause myself a bunch of problems. So the only other option I really have is to deselect this line here. Oops, I don't want to deselect all of it though. I just kind of want to deselect it from the glass. Yeah, this is definitely the fiddliest part of the whole thing. It's just getting right down here. Make sure I don't have any glass selected. Probably don't want to have even that selected right there. None of the glass. Alright, let's try this again. Okay, let me just scale that out. I'm just looking at the molding right here. Just kind of want to straighten that out a bit. Now I can deselect the molding, I think. Or deselect that line, and we'll go ahead and shear. Switch to the Y. And I gotta just kind of pick a spot, I think. Or we're just gonna have to keep doing this over and over again to kind of save this molding from being, because that's, we can't have that, right? Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay. So yeah, I'm just going to keep working my way around here, slowly but surely. A little bit. That guy off of there. It was a little bit simpler the first time around when I made it ugly. Alright, so, and the idea is, again, I'm just trying to fix this molding so that it's not so wonky. Alright, deselect that. Let's shear again. And hopefully we'll get to a point where this molding will start to kind of just make a little more sense on its own without me having to do a whole bunch of corrections. Because I kind of just have to, like, at some point, we have to get this done. Alright, I mean, I might have to come back and mess with that, but for now, oops. For now, I just want to get this roof morph mostly finished here. And bring that out about there. And I think we can do one more. This will definitely be the hardest one we're doing. I'm pretty certain. I'm pretty definitely sort of certain that this will definitely be the hardest one. Alright, so let's put that about there. Okay. So, I mean, other than the molding looking a little funny, let's take a look at shorter roof now. So yeah, if I can just fix the molding. Let me take a look at this with reflections. Ah, yeah, see, it's not working over here. It's not working here at all. Oh, what happened to you? How did you end up over there? Alright, let's see if I can fix that first. First and foremost. Let me just get that back in line with the rest of the glass. Okay, now, maybe that's kind of the other issue, is this should come in. Oh boy. This is not great. What? No. What? What? What are you doing? Oh, I didn't want that one. So we're going to go to here. Alright. Select the middle one. Let's just try scaling it inward. Let's do that with all of these and see if that helps fix some of these issues. Alright, back to the middle here. Scale it on the X. Same thing, scale on the X. Should I have done the last one? Should have done the last one a little bit more. That should have come in about that much. Okay. Alright, let's try this again. Scale X. Okay. Yeah. Come on. Let's do this. Oh, gotta select the middle. Alright. How's it looking from the side? Make any more sense from the side? Not a ton, but it looks like it's actually might be smoothing out a bit. Let's see. I think the more... This is just going to take a bit of fiddling. Oh, come on. To make this work. Looks like... Which is unfortunate. I hate fiddling. I hate fiddly modeling. So at this rate, this particular morph, I'm starting to think, should probably just have been done with your typical... I could probably just do this whole thing at once now. Your more typical, just standard morph. using bones and whatnot. Oh, come on. Select the whole thing. Okay. We're getting somewhere. I don't know where, but we're getting somewhere. Bring that in to about there. Alright, so at least it looks right from the back now. And we kind of just got to figure out why it's not looking right from the side. Well, this right here is part of the issue. It's the mesh has gone kind of wonky. And it's probably because I didn't do the whole thing. It's just because I did some of it. I probably should have sheared the entire roof, but I need to leave a section untouched so that we can actually do the tilting morphs. Because if the morph is totally inside of the other morphs, you'll never be able to select it. Maybe I just need to do an orthograph, sorry, a whatchamacallit pull. Proportional. That's the word I'm looking for. Should do a proportional. Let me just get over here this way. Do a proportional editing pull. So that should select both of them then. Yeah, that one over there is done. So side view. Let's turn on proportional editing. Let's see. Let's do connected. And we'll see what I can do. Something like this. Okay, so what if I grab this one also? Let me make sure I have her. I don't really have a whole lot to... I don't know. I do not know. And it's not really having the effect that I want. Which means I need to just... try selecting more vertices and seeing if this will... Alright, let me just get in the side view and all. And get the same ones on the other side selected. And then I gotta come across here and deselect all the crap I didn't mean to select. Like I don't want to move the window. I'm gonna avoid it. Alright, let me try a different, let's try linear. Yeah. I think I need to have this one selected as well. Well, this is turning into a nightmare. This is definitely the most pain in the ass shape key I've ever done. Got a comment in YouTube chat there that says, I think Blender Foundation should invest in more advanced modeling tools. Like what? Like which tools specifically? Okay, I think this will actually get me started on what I'm trying to accomplish. do that. And then let me grab just this bottom one here, from there to here. And then we'll go in the side view. Alright. So that's not the one I wanted, is it? That one was fine. Maybe I actually want to pull it out just a bit. Looks like it's maybe just a little too far in. Okay. Man. Okay. Good grief. Did I turn that off? Okay, it's not off. Alright, how's that look? We getting anywhere? Are we getting anywhere? Okay, we're getting somewhere. At least the molding itself looks a little bit less convoluted. So now I just got to fix the mesh around here to make it look a little less convoluted. See, this isn't so easy when you don't have a mirror. Boy, oh boy. I wonder if I can just smooth it. It's a dangerous activity. Probably just make a total disaster out of it if I try to just smooth this. Well, I don't know. That might actually do okay. Let me undo it because I got to do both sides at the same time. Try to make sure I got everything selected on both sides. About like so. Make this a little smaller. Oh, yeah. Alright. So let's give it a try. Let's try smoothing vertices. Repeat it one time. I'll actually straighten it out pretty good, it looks like. Huh, that's not too terrible. Oh man, we might have actually done something. It still gets a little bit squishy in here. Just a little bit squishy. And I think maybe if I just pulled them down a tad, would that help? Maybe if I just pulled them down just a little bit, like I'm gonna grab maybe from here. Maybe I can do it with a proportional move if I'm lucky. I don't want to move it much. Let me go ahead and save real quick. Get in the front view there. Alright. Let me make sure I got connected going here. How's that look from the side? Okay, it's alright. Let's go ahead and grab this next one. Do the same thing. How's that look? I mean, the glass got pretty warped. I mean, the reflections in the glass have gotten kind of crappy through here. So maybe I can smooth the glass. What do you think? Think it'll happen? Think it'll work? Let me try it by just selecting window materials, and then I'll just go ahead and deselect all this away. Alright. So, where are we at? Where are we at? Make sure it's flat. Alright, let's go ahead and try the smoothing operation on this. F3, smooth vertices. How's that look? Yeah, okay, okay. Alright, I think we might be somewhere. Alright, we might have our morph. We might have made it through the melees. That is not supposed to be that hard, but I decided to do a really complicated shape key. And, ooh, hold on a second. Still not quite right, because as you can see, this is a little wonky. So let's fix that. Hopefully that'll be pretty simple. Yeah, let's just like do stuff like this. Get an X-ray mode. And let's just kind of scale it. And yeah, we can use proportional editing to scale with, I think. I don't want to go... Actually, maybe this guy here needs to come out first. Why? Yeah, let's do that. Let's bring him out a touch. Like there. Okay. Okay. And kind of do this. I can double sure I'm selecting the other side. Alright, so yeah, scale it along the Y. Just trying to get it. I don't want to. Where are we at here? Let me follow this. I got this grid line that can help me out. So we're going from here. We're more closer to this grid line. So I do kind of want to bow it a little bit. So we're probably got just about the right amount of bow. Just the right amount of bow, Jackson. You don't know bow. Did I just date myself? Does anyone know what that means? Yeah, I'm old. Alright. I think I'm going to turn off proportional editing now. I said I'm going to turn off proportional editing now. And just do this El Manual. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I think we're done with that one. So there we go. That could have been done for the most part with a with weight painting and what we were doing before, just skinning normally. But we need more practice doing this stuff. Alright, anyway. So let's move on to the front windshield one, which will hopefully... hopefully it will prove to be true that this will be easier and that I didn't lie to you. Alright, let's hide, then I can L and Alt hide, and I'll select all of that. Alright, so again, I gotta make sure that I don't screw up the glass. So I'm going to select more of this. We're not done selecting mesh here. Select all of this. Coming down from here all the way down here. Let's get into the body even. Maybe. I don't know if I'm going to keep it that way, but yeah, because we don't need that. We don't need to move these around. But the rest of this, for the most part, we can move. And we will do so, oops, by selecting that as our, whoa, heads up. What is not selected here? Oh, I see. Just paint. Let me make sure. Yeah, we're fine. We're fine. Let me just get a little bit closer here. I'll get that. That's not selecting what I'm trying to select. I want to select this guy. Oh man. Select what I'm asking for. There. That's what I want. Alright. Okay, so anyway, yeah, we're on windshield now. And so let me try. Yeah. I'm going to go. It's pivoting. Not quite how I want. Definitely don't want to do that. Well, see, I don't want to have this thing moving down here so much. And it's pivoting because here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take that thing that I just selected and I'm going to temporarily create an extra vertex. Let me get actually where I want to be. So let me go here. Now let me just extrude straight down. Whoa. Whoops. I better select just one if I want that to work out right. So let's do that guy. So what I'm going to do, like I said, in X-ray mode, I'm going to extrude this straight down to about there. And that's going to end up being my active element. I'll delete that later. Let's try to get all this selected the way we had it before. Oops. Oh, this is not selected. Okay. Now let's deselect all of these through here, those through there. Make sure the other side is not getting involved here. Okay. Now let me find that vertex. I'm going to make it my active element, and hopefully that will solve. Yeah, there we go. That solves, well, most of it anyway. So I've got the front pivoting. Doesn't feel like it should be. Oh, yeah. Well, I guess that's just the way the shear tool works. All right, let me assign this to a vertex group. We'll call it windshield. Assign it. I need to move this guy. I don't know if that's going to make a damn look of difference, but no. Maybe if I put it the other way. Put it down here. Yeah, it doesn't make any difference. It's just going to pivot. Well, I don't know then. I don't know. What I'm going to end up having to do is get more of the body involved to make this work. So I'm really going to have to actually grab like this, coming all the way through here. Whoops. Obviously don't want all that. Grab that one. Oh, come on. Alright. 4 out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. So in order to make this work, like I said, I'm going to have to just get more involved with the body. So I definitely don't like that all of this is moved. Okay, so how do I want to address that? Maybe I can bring it back some. Give me a second. In just a second. Let's get one more shear. Okay, and then I think what I'll do now, in X-ray mode, let's deselect. Oops, hold on. That last shear did not include. There we go. Okay. Now let's just deselect I said, all of this stuff here. And try to deselect this whole section here. I guess I can't totally, can I? Oh boy. I'm just going to have to bring back this much of it, huh? Piece by piece. Can't really go too crazy. I guess the other thing I can do is, this would probably be easier. If I just grab from there to there, do the same thing on the other side. And we'll just accept the fact that it's going to move around on us. Right? Oh man, where did we go? Which one is it? From here to there, did I say? Yeah, that looks right. Okay, from there to there, making that the active element. Let's try to shear it back till that looks about like that. Ugh. Man, what a nightmare. Yeah, this is not working out the way I had envisioned it. I'm getting all kinds of reflection issues. Well, I don't know, man. This is not going my way. What if I had pivoted it from here? This is obviously not going to work the way I've done it, so let's go ahead and delete it. Try again. This is kind of exploratory surgery at this point, huh? Try grabbing one extra line over there, and then actually let me do it this way. Probably go like this, and then like maybe no, not that one. Maybe like that. That's not really all that helpful, is it? Well, maybe it is. No, it's really not. Alright, let's hide that. Select that. And let's go to side view, and we'll deselect what we don't want. Just all of this. Okay, oops. Got a little carried away there. Oh, okay. Alright. So what happens if I make this my pivot point? Yeah, the window moves forward. Like I said, we kind of need to get the rest of the body involved anyway. So let me make sure I have these all selected through here. And we'll make sure we do the same. I don't want to select this line, do I? Yeah, let's do that. Alright, I think this might get us somewhere. I have to actually grab this line now here. From here to here. So we're getting a little close to it. Deselect that one. Alright. That's probably what I should have done from the start. But now I know. So in the future, pivot from the pillar, not from the front of the windshield. Okay, hold on. Okay, see how that worked out. See, now it's working. That makes sense. Yeah, and see, the main reason why I prefer to use the shrink wrap, or I'm sorry, I get my stuff mixed up here. I'm kind of out of it a little bit today, aren't I? The main reason I prefer to use the shape keys is because it's easier to maintain your reflections. If you get good reflections in your base mesh, like so when I did that right there, you can see the reflections held up. If you tried to skin it, it'd be a lot harder to maintain a perfect reflection, because what's happening is, even though I kind of struggled right there, I'm getting basically perfect mathematical movement. And the other part of this equation is you're not limited by the 8-bit limit that Unreal Engine places on you, which kind of can poke holes, I guess, in your weighting. It kind of rounds off some of your numbers, and so you can weight it in Blender, and it'll put it in UE4, and it'll morph differently, and not the way that you want. So anyway, the windshield's done. We've got our shorter roof morph done, and back glass is next. So we're going to basically do kind of what we've already done here, and I'm going to, let's grab from here to there. I didn't quite grab everything, did it? So we'll go from there, there. Alright, now X-ray mode, start deselecting, oops, deselecting stuff I don't need. So I need that right there. Make sure it's the same over here. Yep. Alright. Let's just hide that. Hit L, select this, Alt hide again. Alright. This pivot point should be fine from the back, I think, because there's no pillar to cause us grief. So let's go ahead and highlight, yeah, that's the middle, the center there, and let's shear it. Yeah, see, this is more like what I'm looking for here. Right, well, let's go ahead and deselect that. We'll shear some more. Deselect that. We'll shear some more. And we'll deselect that and shear one last time. Okay. See how that looks. Okay. So we've got all these different morphs now. What am I doing? Whoa. I might have messed that up a little bit there. There we go. Okay. So anyway, yeah, we can do that morph, and we can go to the shorter roof morph, come back and change it back again some more, do the windshield glass, can end up with a really square car if you want. So there we go. Alright, shape keys are done on this car. So now we need to apply the shape keys, and you basically do this all over again to the other car. Now there's a couple ways we can do that. If I want to, what I'll probably will do is I'll probably just take all of this, right? I'm going to select all the vertices that involve the roof, and I'll probably just cut it off and glue it to the other car. That might be the simplest way to do it. And then just go about reassigning this material like I did before, and I made the convertible roof just by shrinking these down, and I can do that again, and everything should hold up. So I think that's what I'll do, but I gotta call it a day. It's getting a little late here. Gotta start thinking about cooking dinner. So I'll pick this up tomorrow, and thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, leave some questions in the comments, and I'll see if I can't get to them. Alright, see you tomorrow.